Hello everyone and welcome back to September Magic's YouTube channel. In this video you will be seeing my bullet journal setup for the month of November, and the theme is Hufflepuff and fall. I designed the cover for the month of November on Procreate and then printed it and glued it onto my journal pages using Mod Podge. And the insert video shows you the entire process of how I created my cover page using Procreate. The colors in the insert video look very different from the print only because I accidentally printed it on normal copy paper instead of cardstock, which was the initial idea. But then I just didn't want to waste the print, so I used it anyway. When gluing the two pages with the design onto the journal pages, I left a little space in the middle because I feel that if I keep sticking pages in my journal over and over again, it will eventually damage the spine. And so I think it is a good idea to leave a little space in the middle so that the spine doesn't give in. As for my planner page, I usually do a calendar and some designs around it, but I wanted to maintain the Hufflepuff fall theme and I thought of adding some mandrakes, which immediately reminded me of the scene from the movie where Professor Sprout teaches the students to repot mandrakes. So even though my mandrakes wouldn't screech and shout when pulled out of the soil, I wanted something as fun as the scene. So I thought of making a pull-out card on the side of the calendar. I simply took two small cardstocks, drew a pot on one and the mandrake on the other. Just remember to taper the mandrake's body in a way that the lower half of the mandrake fits into the pot. We don't want him getting stuck when repotted and potted over and over again. The top of the calendar simply has some fall leaves and berries, the same kind as on the cover page. I am definitely not good at calligraphy, and so I use a brush pen to write the word November, but I also go over the down strokes, making it a bit thicker than the upward strokes. So that's the only technique I know to make it look like calligraphy. And then I added, this time I also added some gray shadows, like very light gray shadows and white details or white accents to the word November. for the pull-out card, also when you draw the pot, it is ideal to draw 2 flaps on either sides, which would then fold and can be used to stick the pot to the page. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but if you follow the video, you'll know. But because I can be pretty absent-minded at times, I completely forgot about it, and so had to cut 2 strips of cardstock and fold it lengthwise and then stick it to the pot. I am very good at doing this. I always keep forgetting the minor details, and then I have to come up with some creative solution to fix the problem, which I feel is okay, because bullet journaling for me is not just a planner or a method of planning. It is my way of staying creative, and these little mistakes I make keep challenging me throughout the process. So if you are somebody like me who's as clumsy and as forgetful, I don't think there is anything to worry. Keep making mistakes and keep challenging yourselves to fix the mistake. For coloring, throughout the journal, I've used the same technique. I start with a lighter shade and then go over it with darker shades, and if needed, an even darker shade on top. So like for the pot on this page, I just go in with a light brown and then some streaks of dark brown over it, and then go over it with black. So or go over it with the same shade of brown so that it's darker than the other. But when doing so, just make sure not to lose the light color that is at the base. When using the darker shade, just leave some space in the middle so that the lighter shade shows through, and keep doing the same, remembering that you're not covering up, you're just layering on top of each color. I hope I'm making sense. I had fun with the Mandrake pull-out card for sure. I hope you have fun too. Do show me pictures if you're trying this, because I would love to see what you guys do with it. You guys have been so sweet, writing all these sweet things in the comment section, and it's the only reason I edit these videos, because as much as I like bullet journaling, I hate editing videos, not because of anything else, because I'm really bad at it. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm very bad at editing videos. I try my best, but the thing is, I have one camera right now to record the whole process, and I am too lazy to change the angles, because when I'm bullet journaling, I'm completely in a different world. I am constantly just concentrating on the process, the designs, the drawings. I'm having fun with it, so I completely forget changing angles of the camera. So forgive me if the video looks a bit boring, or doesn't look very animated to you, but it is only because I love my bullet journaling process, and I love bullet journaling, and I just can't remember moving the camera for a different angle. I also had to chop off the little dude's arms, because he just wouldn't go into the pot. So so yeah, you can adjust the shape of the mandrake, make his lower body taper a bit so that he goes into the pot pretty easily. for my tracker pages, I just went for the Hufflepuff common room, and I used the round windows of the Hufflepuff room for my social media tracker, and the bottom strip for the one and only habit that I'm tracking these days, which is my workout. I need to shed some before I gain some during the holidays. So yeah, that's the idea behind the whole page, and I love how it turned out. I love the drapes and the plants. Of course, I had to add some plants in the background because our fellow Hufflepuffs are big on herbs, and you know, so I thought it would add a nice feature. Again, for the coloring, as you can see, I'm just using a lighter shade and then going on top of it, adding more details with a darker shade of the same color. For the coloring, I am using my Ohuhu brush markers. I hope that's what they're called. It's OHUHU markers. I found these on Amazon, I think. Yeah, and I have 100 colors. It's a beautiful set, very reasonably priced. And I'm not advertising it, nobody's paying me to say this, but I really find them handy because they come in these 4 or 5 separate trays, and what I did was I took some time out and I labeled all my markers and created a swatch at the back of my bookmark of my bullet journal. So whenever I want to use a color, I just go back to the swatch and I see what colors I want to use, and I use the corresponding number. So that little time that I spent on labeling and numbering my pens really helped me a lot whenever I sit down to color. For those who don't know, I just moved to Austin, Texas from India in the month of October, and I will be moving into my new home at the end of this year. So I had a lot going on in my life, and I still have a lot going on, and that is the reason I was away from YouTube for a while. And even when I did my bullet journal setup for the month of July, which was the Gryffindor themed bullet journal, I had very limited means to record the video. I did not have my mic. I did not have a very calm surrounding to record anything. So I just put some captions there and I skipped the audio. But I got a very, very sweet comment saying that if I had explained what I was doing, it would have been a much better video. And I'm so glad that this time when I'm uploading the video, I have the audio equipment, and I can record my voice. I hope I am not chewing your ear off with my chattering, but you know, I do love talking to you. I hope you like it too. Let me know if you feel captions are better or audio is better. Just let me know and I can work on it. as I said, I have been quite busy planning my move and the relaunch of my online stationery shop. So setting up a bullet journal was definitely a huge undertaking for me. But since I also wanted to plan the month of November, since there's so much going on and I wanted to give you guys another video, I decided to create this quick setup. And creating 5 different weekly spreads for the 5 weeks in November would have been a bit too much for me at the moment, so I decided to do this Dutch door kind of layout. For my weekly pages, I just did a common strip at the bottom. I just made a little strip of drawing with different elements from House Hufflepuff, and then I cut the pages on top so that this strip is the common element for all the 5 weeks in November. Now for the strip, I used different elements like the badge for Cedric Diggory. I also wanted to include something of Nymphadora Tonks, and so I added her wand to it. But besides that, I did not know what else to add, so I added some plants from a class that is taught at Hogwarts, which is herbology, and these plants I picked from Harry Potter wiki. I can tell you the names of the plants that I have used. The white one is called Molly. The pink flowers with the bulb on top is called pufferpods, and the onion-shaped bulb-like plant, which is on the right side of the page, is called bouncing bulb. So these 3 I used for this page. You can definitely go check it out on Harry Potter wiki, and you will find so many interesting plants over there. Maybe I can do just one spread next year, or one whole month with all these plants, because I'm big on drawing botanical illustrations, and I would love to do something like this again, maybe more detailed. I think it would make an interesting layout. I don't know if you noticed, I was supposed to draw the right part on of the strip on the last page of my weekly pages, because all the other pages in between get cut at the bottom. But since I am so focused, I just drew it all together. I drew that whole thing as one single piece, and I had to cut the right part off and then stick it onto the last page. After drawing the entire strip, I realized that it did not have enough drama, so I colored the background with a black brush pen, and I then went over the outlines of every little drawing that I had done with silver. I don't know if if you can see, but it looks really magical in real because of the black and the silver and the colors. It just looks beautiful. Also, while drawing my weekly pages, I realized that I just did like an extra page, which was the last page, fortunately, so I could just cover it up with another scrap of paper that I had, and I just wrote a quote from House Hufflepuff, which is one thing that was missing from the whole layout, and I think was the best way to end the whole bullet journal setup. And so the quote reads, "You might belong in Hufflepuff, where they are just and loyal. Those patient Hufflepuffs are true and unafraid of toil." So that's it, guys. I hope you liked my bullet journal setup for the month of November. The next bullet journal setup will be the last one for this year. Of course, it's going to be for December, and also for my Harry Potter series, at least for now, because I am a huge Harry Potter fan and I will always be going back to this theme over and over again for the rest of my life. That's what I think. I'm thinking of doing a Slytherin plus Christmas kind of theme for December. I have these visions in my head. I hope I can bring it to reality, and I really hope that I can get it done with all that's going on in my life. Thank you so much for your support and love. Hope you have fun recreating these pages. Until then, happy journaling and have a good day.